You guys are in for a treat. So Jesper and I decided to do the 12 days of Christmas, so this is one of those episodes. I hope you enjoy it. Just an FYI, these were not edited in any fashion. They have the original audio, all the gross stuff in them, and when I say gross, I mean, you know, the clicks and the static and all that stuff. So I hope you can listen to them. We're going to try episode 1, and then when Jesper joins the show, and then just a bunch of different odd and end episodes that we really enjoyed recording over the time. You may hear different voices from different people that used to be on the show, and et cetera, et cetera. All right, guys, enjoy the 12 days of the gig economy / GR Rideshare Adventure podcast. Peace.
Welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventures podcast. Rideshare infotainment for the new driver, old driver, and everyone in between.
Hi guys, welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventure podcast. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Super excited for live stream episode number 52. This beautiful studio is sponsored by Irvine's Auto Repair and Grand Rapids Hybrid. We'll talk about them a little bit later. But yeah, thanks for joining us.
52.
52, wow. Episode 52.
Crazy.
I know. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Anybody who's been here for all 52 episodes, thank you so much.
If you are, raise your hand. Give us a like. No one in here.
Yeah,
No,
nobody.
No
Did you say raise your hand?
I did.
We can't see them.
There are some.
Well, actually, no one in here has been here for all 52 except me.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it is your house.
I think you've taken one of them off.
No, I didn't.
I think you did.
Who streamed then?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Okay. Well,
Anyways.
yes. So tonight we have Jason and Jesper as usual. I'm Sam, and our special guest tonight, one of them at least, is Pete.
He is special.
Subbing in for Ben tonight.
Yeah, Ben is taking some time off, just just some family time. So Pete's going to be sitting in for a while, and we appreciate it. Pete, why don't you tell everybody about your gaming channel? So why don't we get a plug in there or something?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll do my rideshare channel.
Or rideshare channel, gaming channel, whatever you want to do.
So riding with Retep, which is Peter spelled backwards.
I still have trouble with that.
What that is.
And it's a great Family Guy reference.
I knew that.
It is?
It is.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a whole episode with Retap.
I did
There
not know
is?
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll send it to you.
We clearly need to somehow fit this into that
Right.
live stream.
Yeah, but I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I post pictures of license plates that I see around town or ones that people send to me, like Jesper.
I gave him a good one, but it's not up yet. He put it in his...
I always save Jason's for like the very last.
Yeah. The last one I sent him, he was like, oh, that's a good one or something like that. Did I see it? No.
We're still waiting for that special time. When
I thought about sending you. So there was a Jeep up on like the back of a tow truck, but it had one of those tire covers, and it said like Jeep, it gets you there. I was like, oh, this
Or
one's not.
Nice. So, let's talk about,
Mom
You
says it's
baby.
blurry.
Let's talk about
Blurry.
you and me.
Maybe it's just her though.
I'm not, it's probably just her.
Okay.
Unless someone else says it's blurry.
It's good on Twitch.
Honestly, I can't fix it now, so
Yeah, I mean,
think
it
it's
looks fine on my screen. It
Yeah.
could be our internet at home.
could be.
I think it looks good.
Well, we all look good.
Mostly the portion right here at this table.
Well, I mean,
Alrighty.
I look about 10 pounds more than normal, so.
I would say at least 20.
8.2, I thought.
All right, let's jump into the stories,
Thank you.
which
Thank you.
aren't very much from the last time we podcasted. Sam, go ahead.
talking
Yeah,
about?
so this last weekend I did an Amazon Flex route, and that was literally it. I didn't drive any rideshare.
Slacker.
Well, you got
I
a real,
know.
You got a real job.
The weekend
so.
before I did, but nothing memorable happened. It was an okay weekend, and then we Ended up at Vito's until 4:45 in the morning that
Yes.
night.
How do you even stay up that late when you're working day shift during the week? Like lots of caffeine?
Naps. I am
Naps
the
are the
best
best.
napper in the world. Like I will lay down at 7 o'clock and I will be out till 11. No problem.
Man.
Then I get up and go.
Oh, I would just stay in bed at that point.
Sometimes I do, but usually I'm pretty good about getting up and going and just it's like I'm gonna go make $100.
Yeah.
Whatever time that is, I'm done.
Yeah.
So.
And lately it's been a little longer.
Yeah, it's been about 2.
No, Saturday was pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't
let's
know.
talk about it.
Why don't I talk about it?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Don't say the C word.
Why would he?
Comfort.
No, we'll talk. Wow.
We're
Not the C word I was thinking about.
We're 5 minutes into this, and already Sam's going downhill.
What?
Wow.
So last weekend I did have. I only drove. Well, I drove a little bit Friday. Did I?
Yeah,
I
you got
Friday?
pissed and went home.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it. I forgot my
Didn't have his
wallet. That's what
wallet.
happened.
Oh,
I did-
That was his
why.
excuse.
All the times you get pulled
I
over.
Drove for no, I didn't. I drove. Well, I also didn't have money for gas. So I had to go home.
You don't have Apple Pay on your phone?
No, he has an Android.
So anyway, I drove for about 2 hours. I made $36 and I got angry and went home. But Saturday was a pretty good deal. So apparently I seem to be the only driver who drives Tiago.
No,
I
I've
thought you were
picked him
going to
up
say
once.
Comfort.
You picked up Tiago?
I have once, yeah.
Wow.
Only because it's a memorable name.
Yeah. I
And it
know.
made me think of Aladdin, and that's why I remember it.
He lives at the Red Roof Inn out on 28th Street.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked him up now 4 times. I'm pretty sure I took him 2 roomers 2 times, 1 time to apartment lounge, and took him home from roomers once. So, which is pretty, I don't know why that happens, but it just does.
Well, I don't know. It's amazing you get more than, like, I've probably gotten 10 duplicates. Not any more than that.
I've had one.
And never triple.
One girl I've picked up 3 times.
Okay.
That was
And a
one,
couple duplicates.
I've had a lot of people I pick up
there was
very often, but
one night I took the same group of people 3 different rides.
Were they all XL?
It was an XL,
Must
yeah.
have been a
But
slow XL.
the last time we met him at Vito's, they were sitting eating pizza.
Oh, that's right.
And we sat at pizza too. And that's when I took him home.
Yeah, you took them over for free, right?
Yeah, I did. I was just it was just right down the street from where
You're
I
such a
live,
nice
so-
guy, yes.
I know.
So what about Tiago? There's something that...
So he's from Italy, right?
Yep.
And he's probably, my guess, in his 50s. And he's a professional harp player.
That's just amazing.
professional harp player.
Yeah, he has played for over 15 years in the San Paulo Philharmonic, and so he plays, and he's a conductor there. And
Where is that harmonic? I didn't say that.
Sao Paulo.
Is it in GR?
No, it's Sao Paulo,
Sao
which
Paulo.
is in Italy.
We've already established that this table, other than Jesper, doesn't know anything about geography.
I do.
He's in Grand Rapids teaching music.
Oh, where?
And, at one of the colleges, I don't.
Oh, okay.
He's
That's what
pretty
I thought.
hard to understand. But
I thought San Paulo was in GTA, so.
Yeah, that sounded like that.
Wait, isn't that from Grand Theft Auto?
So just so you know, it's not a made up now.
You sure?
So anyway, yeah, he's a good guy. He usually tips pretty well, and yeah, it's a fun thing. It's just fun that I was out by 20. I actually just dropped somebody off at the what's it called, the Fowling Lounge, and here he comes in.
That's
like,
crazy.
Oh, I gotta go pick up Tiago.
So is he here just for like a semester or something?
I think he leaves at the end of February.
Okay.
So then he's done. Yeah.
Cool.
So, but yeah, so that was that, and then I actually I set out to make $200. Was my goal for Saturday, and I started at
Like 8:30, I remember.
8:30, and at 2:25 I had made $285. So.
Jeez.
Wow,
I think
I missed
that's-
a heck of a night.
Wow.
But it was pretty,
Yeah.
but I mean, again, I did have 4 comfort rides.
I know AJ messaged. I had AJ message me at like 10:30. It's busy out here. You should be out here. And I was like, no, I should be in bed.
Yeah.
But the thing, it didn't feel like it was that busy. It was just back to
Sometimes those
back.
nights happen though. It's just that perfect amount of steady where you're like, wow, I made a lot
Those are
of
the
money.
nights that I like when you go to look at the earnings and you're like, oh,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Okay. I
All
can,
right.
I can
And
handle this.
I made like $60 in tips, so
Yeah.
that was nice
That's
too.
a big part of it.
You know, so yeah.
My driving is, I've been driving, but I don't have any.
Liar.
Okay. I've been driving a little less.
I need to put a bump button.
Some of the other gigs have been good, so I've been driving a little less.
We need a remote controller for that. So from over here, we can.
You're welcome to sit in this chair. I'll sit
No,
over there and
thank
put
you.
my feet up. Not to say that you put your feet up. That came
I don't
out
know.
like a cut.
Hey-o.
No,
Get
but-
something though.
But
That'd be great.
Base Country was in town, and that's kind of the same kind of clientele as
Base Nectar.
Basically,
why I can never remember that. And
Even you were halfway there at
I
Base
know,
Country.
like, literally 2 words. I had 50%. But no, again, I had a bunch of Base Country rides, and they were all cool, like the Base
Right.
Nectar fans. So that was pretty exciting. But other than that, nothing. I didn't slap anyone's hand touching my stereo. I didn't deny an aux cord.
Good job.
It's just been good.
I did have one
I
more.
know.
I did have one more quick story. I had somebody who came in, another repeat, and they were remembering my tablet. So that was kind of cool. I was like, "Oh yeah, this is the driver with the tablet." So I handed it back to them.
So it's just one of those cheap ones. Like, just in case they walk out of it, you're like, eh.
I think he's got a
It's
nice
fi-
one in there,
it's
don't you?
It's a $50 tab E.
Oh.
Oh, they last
But
about 6 months, and you need
Nobody's
one.
still. I mean, I've had it for over a year now.
Yeah, I'm surprised though, because without having it mounted, I thought for sure within the first weekend that sucker'd be gone.
No, it seems to.
They
work
steal
well.
everything else.
All
Waters, candies,
aux cords.
aux cords.
But they won't steal the tablet.
That's why I
Well,
don't.
that probably is like the moral border for a lot of
Yes.
people. It's too expensive.
I'll steal a $2 cord, but not a tablet.
I mean,
so.
it's been thrown to the floor several times, but
Oh.
it has a nice case on it. So
I'm
it's
sure.
I'm not sure if Alan is listening or watching, but on Telegram he sent us a message saying driving a grocery cart. That's what you were doing.
Oh.
Driving a grocery cart.
I didn't even do ship this week.
Yeah.
So I've been doing some other things, like
And
getting my
you wanna
car fixed.
Elaborate on.
Did you get your car fixed?
Today I was in the shop all day again.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I was mad too because it was busy on Flex.
Oh, yes. It's
Apparently.
been busy all week
Yeah.
on Flex.
What about you, Pete? You're typing. You don't have to type. You can just say it.
Oh, well, so
I did
I
have
haven't
the girl from
driven.
the play.
Yeah, I haven't driven much like in the last 3 weeks because my car was in the shop for 2 weeks and then finally got it back and I had to drive to
Oh,
Fargo, North Dakota. Don't do it.
lot going on in Fargo.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot not going on in Fargo.
I'm
It is
sorry.
like halfway through Minnesota, it just turns into flatland. But you can't see anything because it's like foggy
Sorry.
and cloudy somehow at the same time. Or maybe the clouds are so low that it's, I don't know. You just can't see anything.
Well, there's nothing to stop all the clouds, so
Right.
it's all flat.
And there's no trees. Like there's tree clumps here and there, but just open roads. It feels like you're going a mile an hour.
Like-
'cause-
How long or how far in between are gas stations? Every 200 miles?
that's what it felt like, but it wasn't too
Yeah.
bad.
So, like, if you see when you're like, okay, we better
Yeah,
pee and
yeah,
gas
better
out.
stop.
Oh yeah, definitely. I drove that stretch once. I think it was probably like 6 hours where there's nothing but just flat.
yeah. Yeah.
It's just
Just
crazy.
nothing.
Well, feel blessed you live in West Michigan then.
Yeah.
With
Hills
some
and trees and
And it's weird because Fargo is the biggest city in North Dakota, and it's like the size of Kentwood.
You know, I don't think we have any. We've had 0 downloads from North or South Dakota. Those
I
are the
believe
two-
it.
Oh, maybe
Right,
we,
they don't
maybe-
have internet over there.
I know.
No, I don't have too many stories.
But,
I did pick up one of the girls from Hamilton, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was really
I
nice. She
thought
actually
you were
made her
married.
debut here in Grand Rapids.
I
didn't hear you say it.
you stepped on it. You
Oh.
got to let him talk and then do the joke.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
He said he thought you were married.
Oh, yes.
See,
No, but yeah, she was really nice, and she actually made her debut. I think it was this week, actually. So,
Hey, Ben, what are you doing looking at the podcast when you're not here?
I'm glad you said it.
I wasn't gonna call him out
No.
for watching us.
So I just want to jump into Telegram. This is a group that we use to message and with people all over the country. I want to welcome. I think you say it, George.
Yeah, it's George. That's what he said last night. No, it's George.
Yeah, he did say George, but I wouldn't have pronounced
I was
it
gonna
that.
guess Jorge too.
Yeah, I was too. He's moved. He's in West Michigan now, but he moved from Las Vegas, so kind of a sticker shock. Well, good sticker shock for buying things, but little shock with the amount of how it can be slow in Grand Rapids for rideshare driving. But basically,
I'm sure his the airport queue is
little bit different. He said in that group, "Is there no queue for Lyft?" I'm like, no, brother. Like, there's nothing.
no, apparently you just park wherever you want.
You park as close as you can to the airport.
Yeah,
allegedly.
we have a Texas watcher in with us tonight.
Yeah, and San Fran.
Yeah.
Welcome to those people too.
Yes.
So Telegram is a group. You can download the Telegram app. It's a messaging app, and then in the show description, there's a link, and you can join our group. It is NC-17 at times, so if you're offended easily, I mean, it's no one's going to offend you. There's no racism or anything like that, but it's it's pretty racy sometimes as far as like adult entertainment.
Sometimes, yeah, but it just it keeps it lively, right? It's just
It's one of those things where you get lonely on the road. I mean, it sounds like we're truckers, but I mean, it's nice to have someone out there. So if you're in a pinch, you need some help, or you forget your wallet and you need gas, or some soda, or whatever.
Or if you're Pete at the store and you need your alternator taken out, then nobody answers you, unfortunately. It was a rough night last night.
Yeah.
Nobody had
Last
alternator
night?
tools. Yeah.
Yeah, I was out driving and drove for like an hour and a half, stopped at Little Caesars to grab a hot and ready pizza like 10 o'clock. Got in the car, went to start it up.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't you just put an alternator in there?
And a battery. Yep.
So what was the...
So I brought it into AutoZone today, and they tested the battery, and they said they thought it might be bad, so they swapped it out because it's still under warranty.
Okay.
So
And then it was fine?
it's been fine since.
I'd say that alternator going bad seems a little strange, so...
Wow, I got quiet.
Awkward silence.
You're up.
I'm up for what? Well, I was looking at the post. Okay, so I'm up.
Oh my God.
Sorry about that, guys.
His response was pretty good. It was only like 2 seconds. He's like, "What's going on?" No one's talking.
Well,
It is my turn. What?
I was trying to get your attention in the dock too, and you weren't answering.
I'm not looking at that. No.
He's looking at.
So
You're supposed to be looking at YouTube.
well, I am. I'm trying to do all of it. I can't keep up. So anyway, so this is the point where I'm supposed to talk about Apple Podcasts and asking you guys to review us on Apple Podcasts. Basically, it just helps us a lot if you go in on there and kind of rate us and give us a good review on that Apple Podcast so we can get up higher on the list.
Yeah.
And then it says talk about Alexa or Spotify.
So
That's the whole point about it. Now you can actually talk to Alexa and you can talk to, well, not Spotify, but you can talk to Alexa. You can say, hey, I want to listen to GR Rideshare Adventures, and it'll start playing.
you have to actually.
Adventures.
I have trouble saying. I have trouble adding the S on that, and I say it all the time. The point about Spotify is you have to ask Alexa.
Wow.
I just got some culture up in this sucker. You have to ask her to play it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. You can't just say play it. So
She needs specific directions. That's all.
yeah. Oh, she's a woman. So
I almost just dropped an F-bomb too.
We're going there
close.
tonight. We are going there
so I
tonight.
there is actually a newer review than this. I don't
That's the one that was in the chat.
Yeah, I know. We had another one, but anyways, so yeah, just review us. That would be great. So we're going to introduce Pete, and Pete's got a video that he sent me. Apparently Pete gets jumped, and I don't know what's going on. I swear he's got
It's a hard knock
interesting.
life.
he's got like a sticker that says, come harass
screw with me.
Well, he's the person I know who has the most underage drivers and kids without car seats by far.
Yeah, he does. I don't know what it is. Even me driving during the day, I don't have that much trouble with it.
And
but-
I should specify, he doesn't ever take them.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, he takes them
follows
and then
the
reports
rules.
them.
Right, but he follows the rules. He doesn't take them,
Yes.
but he
I said he
reports
does
them.
take them and then reports
he
them.
doesn't.
All right, so here's a video of Pete. This is about a month ago.
Nice.
You got to narrate it, Pete.
So I'm driving down Plainfield, and I have to turn around to go back to Leonard to pick somebody up. And somebody races up behind me, flashing their lights, and then cuts me off right here. And so I decide to be a race car driver. Throw it in reverse, get away.
Now, mind you, I don't know if he cut the audio out of these, but he didn't say a word. Like, he didn't
Yeah.
be like, why is this guy chasing me? He ran a red light right there, but
Yeah, the guy ran a red light.
because he was
And-
still behind you, right?
Yeah, he's still behind me. Sometimes you can see where he comes up to the side of the car.
Yeah, here he comes
Yeah,
right there.
Right there you can see he came up to the side, tried to cut me off. And then I
This is-
whipped up this turn right here.
We'll let it play through one more time just so you can kind of see
Yeah.
it. But this guy was basically like harassing Pete driving around in Grand Rapids. I don't know what his deal was,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, he came out of nowhere and just like flashing his lights and honking behind me.
right there, he's like,
Right.
what did I
Oh.
do?
It feels like we were talking about it in the chat because you came
We
in.
were.
You were pretty upset about it that night.
Yeah.
And there was somebody else who said they had seen that car
Yeah.
that night and had issues with them. I remember because I was in the area at the same time, and I saw and I actually stopped several of the other rideshare cars, and I was kind of telling them about it and
Yeah.
hey, keep an eye out for this black car.
I would have liked to see them do that to Michael Howell's truck. He would have just been like, with his bright lights.
Oh God!
He's the bright light guy.
I think
Yes.
so. I don't know. There's a couple of trucks
Oh.
that
Yes.
rideshare drive.
There's
but
the one guy.
Jasper.
He's just bright like what?
Did you get a haircut?
No. Well, I might have. I don't know.
you interrupted a good
Did you?
talk about a haircut?
Because his hair's sticking up in the front. It caught my attention.
All right, we're going to jump into our first ad. Irvine's Auto Repair in Grand Rapids Hybrid. They are our studio sponsor, and we really appreciate them supporting us. It is their 25th anniversary this month, and they want you to stop in to grab a cup of coffee, and they have prizes, and they want to meet you. So stop in there. They're on Stafford, just east of 131 off 44th Street. You can call them at 202-5538, 202-5538, and you can schedule service online at irvines.com. Domestic and Asian cars only, but they did just hire somebody for Mini Coopers and BMWs. Not that a lot of rideshare drivers drive those, but if you do, they have a professional that specifically just works on those. So thank you guys so much for that. They do an amazing job. They fix it right the first time. They're not the cheapest, but they'll fix it right the first time. So stop in, say hi to Megan or Jamie, and try to win a prize. I don't know
Yeah.
what they have for prizes.
Plus, I mean, honestly, their like online billing setup is really awesome.
Yes.
Where like they just send you everything, you approve it, you decline it.
Yep.
You don't have to go in, you don't have to talk to anybody. Like you can, you don't have to.
Right, and the pictures they send about the repair are high def pictures. Like they
Right.
get right up in there, and so you can kind of see. You know, if someone
Right.
says it's broken, you're like, okay, I believe you.
Right.
I mean, you know what I mean. But when they show you a picture, you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Okay.
it's-
Cool.
I don't know how to fix it, but I see that that's not correct.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, check them out. We really appreciate them. So
All right. So
Thank
time
you.
for rideshare in the news.
yeah, so tonight we're gonna bring on Dustin from Dustin is Driving. He said 9:30, so we're just gonna jump in and
Yeah.
we're gonna add him at 9:30 and hope it works. But
That's our second guest, in case you're wondering.
yeah, and we've talked about Dustin a bunch of times, so he's gonna kind of chime in. So Sam, let's talk about this.
Yeah. So I love these.
I know.
People
people-
take.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
apologize.
Yes, this is
Go
not
ahead.
yours.
Sorry, I was excited to say something.
No, it's just people take like the Lyft menu or the Uber menu and put the options there that we would actually like to see. And I mean, I'll go through it for you guys. So it's, I'm your driver, Roger. Can I use your bathroom?
That would be my number one.
I
Always.
thought you had a ball.
We're not going to talk about piss jug.
But,
Piss jug, not for the new listeners.
Hashtag.
Hashtag piss jug.
or hi, where are you?
That's the
That-
that one's normal.
Yeah.
That one's already in there.
Yeah. That don't piss me off, bitch. Yep. Okay. Stuck in traffic. Call me again and I'll cancel your effing ride.
Oh, good job, Sam.
And I did a good job there. Can't take a call now. Sorry, you can't effing understand. Those are the worst. And people call you 3 times straight when you're in the middle of another ride. Drives
I'll
me
cancel
nuts.
them.
Yeah.
I'll cancel it. I'm not dealing with your high stress. Like,
And then I'm in a white Volkswagen Jetta smoking a fatty. So yep, those are great Lyft options
and then, of course,
there.
gate code.
well, that one's already in there.
See, I don't know because I don't have the Lyft.
Why don't you reapply?
Because I'm too lazy.
Well,
and I'm doing pretty well on Uber.
Why are you doing well on Uber?
Until the day that he
'Cause
doesn't.
it's Uber Comfort.
And then goes home and complains because he didn't make any money. And we're
Right.
like, oh, well, we all made tons of money on Lyft tonight.
Yeah.
See, I'm in there.
What I like about all this is how good now the Photoshop. It's a little off, but
Yeah, it's close.
last podcast when that Uber walking buddy, that looked like
Legit.
That looks
I
real.
get fooled so easy.
Yes.
So I mean, are you laughing at I get fooled so
Yeah.
easy?
Oh yeah, of course. It's too easy.
But yeah, no, it's pretty good photoshopping there, honestly.
Yeah, it is. So next up, this is super exciting for the Grand Rapids peeps. There's a huge concert in the late summer, usually called Breakaway, and it's like hip hop, right? R&B, hip hop,
and
EDM.
EDM, yeah.
yeah, EDM.
No hip hop then?
Hip
yeah,
hip hop
hip-hop.
and EDM.
Okay.
Yeah, those two things.
And that's usually a good weekend for us, and it's a little congested on pickup, but a
They're
local.
figuring it out.
Yeah, the problem is, what I noticed. My son plays hockey, right? Well, the hockey place
Yep.
right at Coldbrook.
Graveside's house.
Yeah, it says Division on one side and Plainfield on the other. So when you tell the PAX I'm on Plainfield, they're looking at Division and they're like, I don't know where
And
Plainfield.
if they're not from the area or they're just dumb and they don't know that it's the same road.
Right.
But
Well, clearly I didn't know.
Man, I thought Division and Plainfield split at Leonard.
No.
No.
It's at Coldbrook.
but
Hi, welcome to Grand Rapids.
Yeah. The guy with probably the most rides here.
And that lives on the north side of
And,
town.
yeah, and I live right over there. Wow.
but the people putting on the show could do a better job at putting
Hey,
out signage.
you know what? They did a decent job last year, except they let those people
Scalpers.
sell parking spots that weren't supposed to be parking
Yeah, that was
spots.
pretty-
Oh, that wasn't legit?
no.
Oh.
Oh, that was a scam.
Okay.
What, they're getting like $50 a pop or something. That's kinda
Oh, they
crazy.
probably made way more. They probably made a lot of money.
So, anyways, I'm going to go back to this picture. This is called Upheaval. I don't remember exactly when it is. I think it's July, but they got some good bands.
It's July 16th and 17th.
Okay, I can't read that. I need glasses. They got
I'm in
Disturbed,
Denmark then. So I can't
Disturbed, Skillet, Hell Yeah. The rest of those I don't know on the first day, and then the second day, Stain, Chevelle, Avatar. I don't know the rest of them either, but I'm sure they're all going to be good. Oh, tattoos. Something colors, culture, tattoo, and art show. Ooh, I could use some
Well,
new ink. Sorry.
go. Tell you what, you guys can have my comfort rides that day.
Can I use your van?
Sure.
Oh,
Okay.
that would be cool.
Actually, no, because it's gonna be in Chicago.
You're going to be in
Flickering?
Chicago?
No.
Okay.
What's
No.
the matter?
I was just making sure that was normal.
What's normal?
The
Oh, the
flickering.
lights. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm like, does nobody else see it?
Yeah, we're all used to it.
Miguel is wondering why there's nobody on Twitch, Pete.
Hey, I just said hi. Is he
Oh, okay. He just messaged me,
Marvazoo99? Shout out to Marvazoo99.
All right, Miguel, thank you. All right, the next video up is this is kind of a shitty story. Jesper, it's yours, and let me know when you want to play the video.
Well, yeah.
Do you want to?
So go ahead and play the video. Basically, it's all about Uber Eats drivers whose car was stolen and their insurance won't help.
Many people are trying to make money by driving for rideshare services, but there are risks, and we're learning that the hard way. In less than 2 weeks, 2 different Uber Eats drivers have been carjacked in Memphis.
Yeah, and in both cases, crooks got away with the victims' cars, leaving them without a way to make money. Now, one of those men has learned his loss came at a greater cost than he thought. Fox RT's Kirsten Garris is live in Memphis. And Kirsten, we're now learning it may be a while before these drivers even get any relief.
Yeah, one of those drivers we talked to last week said, you know what, I have car insurance, I'm going to be okay. And he thought he'll be back to work delivering more meals very soon. But he quickly found out that he didn't have the right kind of car insurance. And so that's setting him back even more. This was Timothy Davis more than a week ago.
You can get material things back.
I thought
but
that was
you can't get lives back.
Davis was grateful no one was hurt after a man took his car during an Uber Eats delivery at the Melrose Apartments. When I first talked with Davis last week, he said he had car insurance and felt good about getting back to work soon. But now he says getting those material things back is going to be a challenge.
To know that there is somebody out there that, you know, took your vehicle and knowing that your insurance company is not going to cover any of that, it's kind of a blow because you know that in the end they're still expecting you to make monthly payments on a vehicle that you don't have.
Under Tennessee law, rideshare drivers must maintain primary auto liability insurance, but the law doesn't explicitly mention insurance requirements for food delivery services like Uber Eats or DoorDash.
I'm just taking people meals, so I didn't understand the whole purpose of having commercial insurance for that, because to me that's no different from one of my friends calling me saying, hey, I'll pay you $5 if you stop by Pizza Hut and bring me a pizza.
Insurance agents say before you join a rideshare or food delivery service, talk with your insurance company to make sure you have the right coverage.
Don't make assumptions that you do, but know what you have and why you have it. And I think therein lies another deal is, why do you have what you have? Is it providing you the protection that you want?
So what do we all think about that?
Well, I mean, basically, it's just, we've talked about the rider many times before, right? It's all about the additional rideshare rider, and the big difference here is whether or not you are committing, quote unquote, committing fraud, in the sense that are you doing like what is the term, livery, whatever, livery. Yes. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're delivering food or you're driving people around or we're doing the rodeo, whatever it is, you're making money on your vehicle. Commercially, and
right.
Sam wants to
but
jump
there's
in.
different forms. There's different forms of using your car commercially. But I don't know that the rideshare waiver covers food delivery. Is that what you're going to say?
Well, no, I was going to say, even at 18, when I worked at Jimmy John's, like, I knew that I was breaking the rules not having commercial insurance on the car for food delivery. Like, I understood that. It just,
well, you're smarter than the average cookie.
But still.
So I will let you know, I sat down with Jackie, one of our sponsors, and she said that rideshare clause, at least that's what she said, covers food delivery.
Well, yeah. The big things, as I understand it, the big difference in the rideshare clause is that it tells the insurance company, it lets you as a personal individual, let you use your personal insurance to make money using your personal car.
But I will let you know, when we first started it in Michigan and I went with farmers, that it did not cover food delivery. So I think that's changed. I don't know. She said it was fine.
Okay.
But
who does she go through? Or like which company?
Jackie?
Yeah.
I went, she's
a broker.
She's a broker,
oh, okay.
but I went through Progressive.
Yeah. So that's with Progressive, they write it as a limited commercial policy.
Okay.
So that's a pretty big umbrella. It's not full commercial, but there are a lot of things that can fall under it. And food delivery can be one of them.
And she did say that she will write an umbrella if you want even more coverage.
I think if you go back to the video we just saw, I think it was pretty apparent that he had no clue and had done no research.
No.
Other than what, he just quote unquote thought that Uber or Lyft was going to cover him. Or in this case, Uber was going to cover him.
It does suck though, because I mean,
absolutely,
you should just do your research. Don't take our word for it. We're not insurance people.
Well, when you sign up for Uber Eats and stuff like that, don't they tell you that you have to have...
You have to maintain your own full coverage, but I don't think it mentions that you have to have commercial of any kind.
But do you have to have full coverage also for each? Because I know you have to have full coverage.
They will only match what you have. Okay. So if you don't have full commercial, Uber is on the hook for something. They aren't going to pay full commercial out either.
Okay. I mean, the other thing that was kind of sucked is the fact that he mentioned that he still had to make payments to a vehicle he no longer had, which means he obviously didn't have, what's it called? Gap insurance either. Mm-hmm. So
Gap insurance is weird because when I bought my Pilot, he said, no, the values on this Pilots are so high, you won't need gap insurance. So I didn't buy it on my Pilot.
But what about if it's stolen?
Well, it doesn't matter that the insurance covers it the same regardless
Right.
of a wreck
the
or a
total out from it
the
being
total out.
stolen will be high
Higher-
enough to cover your loss.
Yes, that's what he said. But
Yeah.
I don't.
Even if you don't purchase it with the car, you can purchase it through your own personal insurance too.
I think Dustin is ready, by the way.
He is ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for us to get rid of.
Yeah.
So you guys can keep. Okay. So Dustin's gonna come on. There's gonna be a little bit of.
And he did mention that he's on YouTube. He did mention that it did in fact change. Rideshare endorsements cover you now as well.
Sorry.
So.
Dustin.
Whoa, nice hat.
What's going on?
What's up? I'm gonna add you into the chat here real quick. So bear with me.
So I was actually watching it. I guess the live on YouTube is actually delayed.
Yes.
Little
Yes,
bit.
it is.
It's delayed just a little bit.
All right, hang on 1 second here.
Yeah, you guys were talking
Oh,
about.
I
rideshare
love that
insurance.
hat.
Oh, you guys see what I made it say?
The best.
Oh, that's awesome.
Love it, man. Love
Thanks,
it.
Dustin.
What is it? I can't. What is this?
Always the best podcast on YouTube.
Oh, right.
Always
There we
remember
go.
to tip your drivers, and GR Rideshare has the best podcast on YouTube.
Oh,
Love
nice.
it.
Thank
Love
you.
it.
That's
Thank you so
awesome.
much.
So Dustin's going to hang around a little bit, just get his 2 cents. Do you want to add your 2 cents about the insurance? Did you hear that?
Yes, everybody should have insurance. You should have the rideshare endorsement. Okay, if you don't, then you are risking it because you're not covered between it's phase 1, I believe, the one when you're online, but you do not have a passenger yet.
Right.
Well, it has.
So you
It
should
has.
always have that because some people try to think I can just get around it. Let me just turn my app off real quick. Well, guess what? If the insurance knows
Oh, yeah.
that you are driving for rideshare, they will definitely get those records from Uber to see if you were online. Because even if you're not getting passengers, we all know if you're driving around, that timer's ticking, and even if you're sitting, your timer's not ticking anymore, but they still know you're online.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't they change that? And maybe that's just in Michigan. I thought they cover period 1, 2, and 3 now.
Not them all.
No,
not them
unless
all.
you buy it, you opt into that extra insurance where they take like 1 cent out or 2 cents
Oh.
each trip you do or
Don't you
something.
have that?
If you do not get that, then yeah, you're not covered in that. And a lot of people have misunderstood that or don't know. Everyone just thinks they're
Hey, we're all
covered. They're like,
muted.
oh, don't worry
Just,
about it. We'll just
there's
drive.
a delay
Uber
with him,
gonna
so
cover
try
it."
not to talk over
Like,
him.
come on now.
Yeah. Do you have that extra rider because you're in Jersey now?
I'm in Jersey, and yes, I do have the rideshare endorsement now. I did not while I was in Florida. I was rolling it, but it was so expensive in Florida. I can understand why they don't.
Right.
And in fact, my insurance went down $100, even adding the rideshare endorsement by just moving to Jersey. And I still have full coverage on both
Jeez.
vehicles.
I
Now,
thought Michigan had the highest
your
insurance.
housing went up like 50%, but you're
Oh,
sitting.
yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah,
He's like, don't
housing-
talk about that.
I'm still renting at the moment. We'd sold our house in Florida. We're probably going to rent another year and then buy something.
Right. There is actually one insurance company. I think we lost Dustin's audio.
He's
I didn't talk.
He's right here.
Oh, sorry.
You were talking, so I was waiting.
Yes.
We have to do that. There's a little delay.
There we
so.
go. My fault. So there is actually one insurance company here in Michigan that also covers period 1 now. I
What's
forget.
that?
That's the one Ben just signed on for.
Liberty Mutual.
Yeah, they covered period 1. Yeah.
Yeah, who do you guys? I have USAA.
So I think most of us around the table today have Progressive.
Yeah.
I had Progressive. I just switched to Progressive, so I had
Yeah.
Farmers, but the price was going high.
I had Geico, but they didn't cover riders in Michigan.
Oh,
So.
and Pete had a great experience with
With
Progressive, so I thought Progressive is the way to go.
Yeah, he had his. Well, you can talk about it
Yeah,
too.
we're
but
like talking to the third person.
The cool thing I thought was the fact that Lyft wouldn't help you, and Progressive
Yeah.
stepped up.
Well, not only wouldn't they help me, but they kind of gave me the finger while they weren't helping me.
Right.
So
You could do a whole podcast just on you could sit here by yourself and tell your story
Yeah.
about the Lyft.
yeah,
Yeah, that was crazy.
So
So
So that must mean I must have another Smackavich fan over there, huh? People
yes,
that love to hate Lyft.
yeah,
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I see
Everyone
that.
knows me. Lyft is my trash can sponsor.
Wow.
I leave that all
Wow.
the time, and the passengers see it, and they're like, "What's that?" I was like, "Oh, that's my sponsor."
Oh, that's hilarious. All right, we'll do a couple articles or a couple pictures, and we'll just get your feedback on it. We're going to jump in there. Pizza
Let's do
up
it.
next. We're going to talk about. Oh, yes, this is for you. We're going to talk about Uber Select. Go,
I
Pete.
intentionally did not give it to him.
I know.
I looked at it. I was like, why isn't Jesper talking about this? Because this is his. So this went out through Uber. Uber Select will not be available. We've learned from our drivers that Uber Select product is too similar to other ride options and that fewer riders are choosing to use it. Therefore, as of July 31, 2020, Uber Select will no longer be available. Your ability to drive and earn through the Uber products won't be impacted by this change. We're committed to providing an excellent experience for all drivers and riders, and we appreciate your patience during this transition.
And we know, Jesper, you love comfort.
Well, I mean, it brings me more money, so why wouldn't I love it?
I know, but you're the only one in our entire group, right? Not just this one.
There's several other comfort drivers also on.
I bet you the airport is going to be empty.
You think?
July 31st, 2020.
Without Select?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. Do you guys have that market down there, Uber Comfort, Dustin?
Yes, Comfort is here. But sadly, my 2015 van no longer qualifies for Comfort because it's not 2017. And I'm like,
what van do you have?
2017 is bigger than my 15. So how do you get more room? It's beyond me. So I don't know. I'm XL, but I'm not Comfort. How does that work?
What van do you have?
A 2015 Toyota Sienna.
See, I have a 2015 Town and Country, and I still qualify.
But it's different years in different markets.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? That's totally insane. It's like
I'm okay with it.
Buy a 2017 rideshare. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
Well, just
I'm
like
not gonna go.
just like
I'm
you
not
in
gonna do that.
sorry, just like you in Florida, the Lyft you had to have like a 2-year or newer car in Florida, so you wouldn't be driving for them.
That's where people thought the misconception was going on there too when they said 2017 for Comfort. People thought I was getting confused with like Lyft, and it's like no. Lyft is just flat out making you have these newer vehicles to even be on the platform.
Wow.
Uber is just, you can't be Comfort. You can still be an X or BXL, but you can't be Comfort unless it's like 2017 or newer, depending on the vehicle. Some vehicles were still qualifying for Comfort that were 2015 down there as well, but it's just whatever certain, I guess, high brand as they like to call it.
I wish they would cut some of the older Uber X off as well here in our market. There's a lot of junky Uber X cars in the market.
I think you can have it like 15 years old or something,
I
or
know,
12.
15.
Age
15?
is crazy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty old. How many miles that van got on you, Dustin?
My van's only got almost 50,000.
That's it?
I'm only drive this baby part-time. I don't go out there go crazy. And then when I didn't have the rideshare insurance, that I always felt weird when I go out. So I would just do a couple rides each weekend. You know what I mean? Make my quick money.
Yeah.
I did have some private clients too that I would run through the app, but you know what I'm saying? So I already had like my weekend pre-planned before I would go. You know what I'm saying? They already were telling me I was already getting guaranteed tips beforehand. And for those that don't know how to do the pre-plans before they did all this scheduled stuff is you have whoever's going to get in your car, you have them get in, they request a ride until you get you as the driver.
Yep.
Sometimes it's on the first time. Sometimes it takes up to 5.
Yep.
But then you do it until you get them, and then bam, then you continue on where you got to go, and you just rinse, repeat, do the same thing.
Especially
so that way you're still covered under insurance and everything. When you have them, you're not making that much money, obviously, do that. But that's why how much they're guaranteeing me in tips and everything is what makes it all better. You know what I mean? I can make like $60-$70 on the app, catering 2-3 people around for, a couple hours, but then I'm going to make like $500 to $700 in tips. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's good for full-time drivers.
Me.
It's good for full-time drivers to make a connection with people so you can do those scheduled rides. I mean, you still use the app, so you're covered on insurance.
Even part-time drivers too, as long as it's like the weekend. If you're only do like 1 or 2 nights, that's when most people get to plan themselves that work all week. So you don't have to just be full-time to do this. You just have to be be part-time.
Oh, I thought you did that on purpose.
There you go, smart time.
There you go.
We actually had
time wisely because hey, we all know time is the one thing you can't buy more of.
That's true.
Right.
We had one in our local market. He sold his vehicle New Year's Eve for $350. Basically said if you can get three of your buddies, you can have my car the whole night for $350.
I mean, that'd be great if you did it, but I don't think he did it. Was he successful?
I don't know, but I made more than that.
He got a lot of negative feedback.
Right, because he said he was 420 friendly
and drinking in the car.
Yeah, which is fine, but you're not covered.
Right.
A lot of people love to roll the dice.
Yeah.
Until they crap out. That's exactly what they like to do. And then they want to complain after they crapped out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, I told you.
Yep. All right,
Or I get blamed. Somehow I get blamed. Like, you see this, Dustin? You see this?
Yeah, they always just can't they just throw your name out if they get busted by the cops or something? Like,
yeah, right. Like, oh, and the cops will just be like, oh, it's okay then. Don't worry about it.
Okay, we're gonna jump in the next article. This is a shooting in Seattle and how Lyft and Uber were gouging the customers.
Okay, so I mean,
I heard about that.
The article, the title pretty much sums up what people kind of feel like happened. The reality is, when this shooting took place and hundreds of people flipped their app on to get out of the area, Uber and Lyft didn't know there was a shooting going on right then. No. That's the reality of it. All they saw was tons of people trying to get a ride all at the same time, and shockingly it surged. I mean, it wasn't, there was no malice. It wasn't intentional.
Yeah, I felt that was kind of a hit piece on them because like they didn't know. I mean, it's an algorithm.
I mean, yeah, I guess after the fact, Uber could have gone out of their way to be like, you know what? We're going to refund a portion of your fare because you were overcharged and you were trying to flee for your life.
It was 30 minutes. And then they had shut it off. So that's pretty good response time.
Yeah.
Like, hey, there's a shooting.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah,
and, even in that 30 minutes, it's hard to sit there and say that everyone that took a ride that time was fleeing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So it's just an excuse for people to complain. I mean, you can't expect Uber to be mind readers. They didn't know it was going to happen.
No, I took the same approach when I posted that on Facebook. I'm like, they can be dirtball companies, but this isn't
an instance of that.
It's all computerized.
Right. Let me raise this question. So since they refunded the money to the riders, did they pull the money out of the driver's accounts?
I don't think it would have been worth the lawsuit.
Yeah, probably not.
No, seriously.
No, they always eat it. They always eat it.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
I mean,
you get a false report,
and
then, they refund the passenger, and then you see it even comes out of your account, and then you message them back and be like, look, I took the right passenger. They give you the money back.
And then they eat the cost.
They eat it.
So, yeah, no, trust me, if drivers had lost money that day, we would know.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I would have definitely heard something.
Yeah, you would have.
That is true.
You would have got blamed, I'm sure.
All right. So, next one.
So, this one is just kind of an interesting and kind of a dirtball move. This guy fell asleep, or this passenger fell asleep, and the driver picked, I think it was a female. But I guess it doesn't really matter, but picked him up at 12:57, dropped him off at 4:59. Now it is he said, she said, but if you look at the map, the way it's drawn, he's just driving around.
They're just having a good time racking that bill up, but it doesn't make sense. Their pickup was at 1:00 in the morning. It's about to get busy. It's about to surge. So why would you, at that time of the night, pull something like
maybe
this?
It was already a surge.
Could be. But
because it surges at 1:00 here.
It
on
does.
Saturdays.
But Lyft doesn't always pay out extra. There's
That's
not that
true.
guarantee. Like on Uber, you can almost count on the fact that if you go a really far distance, they're going to adjust your surge. Lyft, it's happened once in our market. I think Gabe had it happen once.
Yeah.
Or Palka.
Well, the weird part of it is like, it doesn't look like, how did he drive that? I mean, is that 4 hours? Maybe it's scale and I'm not seeing how far that actually is, but it doesn't look like he's driven that far.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's he said, she said, but I'm sure Lyft refunded the money.
Well, it's been too long since I've seen the Lyft map. So, but is that an actual Lyft map, or is that from Google Maps or whatever?
I can't even see the map. It's all white. I can see all the blue and stuff.
I mean, with the purple and the pink,
I think it's the pickup and the drop off.
Yeah,
that's why I feel like it's
zoomed
real.
Out.
Yeah, they've zoomed out, but
unless could be Photoshop again.
Yeah, who knows?
According to Diego, you got a haircut, Pete. He doesn't like that you're wearing a hat.
Why is that?
Because he's not showing off his haircut.
Well, did Diego cut it?
I don't know.
And I was going to say that too. Is he trying to?
Diego must be. Oh yeah,
moderation
that's my
there?
daughter's boyfriend.
Okay.
I did get a hair. I didn't have a hat on because it's
Wait. So you're old enough to have a daughter that has a boyfriend? That is pretty.
She'll be 19
She's-
in April.
Yeah.
I have a 23
Yeah,
year old.
my daughter
you
will
look
be
old, not
17
him.
in May.
Oh man,
Man.
Yeah, I got 4. So,
you have 4 kids?
yep, 3
Wow.
girls and 1 boy.
Dang.
It's a rough household.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Dustin, we super appreciate you coming on. I always refer people to you because we run our mouths for about 2 hours, but Dustin's got the 411. Like, if you have a question or if you I don't know about this, not that we can't answer it, but if you go search his YouTube channel, Dustin is Driving 101, right?
It's just Dustin is driving now.
Okay. Sorry. He dropped the 101. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dustin is Driving on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to him. He's definitely full of information. His link is in our show notes on YouTube as well, too. So you can click on that. So, Dustin, thank you so much for joining us. We super appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me.
Yep.
You guys have a great show, and I'm privileged to be on it. And I love what y'all do.
All right. Thanks, Dustin.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
You guys have a great night.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let's see if we can get out of here. Give me a second here. So I would have kept him on longer, but I think the delay was throwing us all off.
Yeah.
It was a little tough, but that was okay. That was okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep him. I'd love if he'd ever drive up to GR. I'd love to give him.
Maybe he will come for the picnic.
I mean, if we have beer.
Hey, we'll have no. wait.
We talked about that.
Public park, right? So
yeah, but we could have got a beer license. Do we want to talk about that date just randomly?
Yeah, I mean, we can sure. So we are planning our 2nd annual community picnic for GR Rideshare.
Yep, second annual.
For August 15th this year. It's the 4th Saturday in August, technically. I think, or 3rd. I don't know.
Set the date.
But, set the date. We'll be at Riverside Park.
Yep. We're going to put it more in the city of Grand Rapids. We had it in Jenison before. It was a great park, but it's not central to where all the rideshare drivers
something
are.
else. So,
so
there's lots of room.
Yeah,
so.
we'll have food and just fun stuff to do. But
Jesper will wear a banana hammock. Dang,
God,
I screwed the joke up.
No, he's supposed to smoke some meat though.
Only if John comes.
Okay.
Smoke some meat. All right, we're going to jump into our next ad, our next sponsor, Dunham Accounting Services. Obviously, it's tax time, and if I see one more stupid question about taxes, I'm just like, I can't even now. I get it. It's frustrating, especially as an independent contractor. That's why you need a tax professional. I even saw somebody say, like, hey, I went into H&R Block, and it was a disaster. Yeah, they do regular 1040. Well, they do 1040 easies there. I mean, they're not accountants.
No, they're tax preparers who go to a 4-hour boot camp, and then they're good to go.
Yes. Right. So you need a professional, and Dunham Accounting has decided to support the GR Rideshare Adventures podcast. You can reach them at dunhamaccounting.com or 734-6914. Call Kathy, and they can hook you up. It's not too late. Don't panic. Don't try them yourself, because you could be missing out on a ton of money.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you couldn't be right, but why wouldn't you? I mean, you pay for a service, you get your oil change, you pay somebody. Mm-hmm. You go to the doctor, you see a doctor for if you break your leg. I know that was a stretch, right, Sam? Sam's giving me the eye like that's a stretch.
It was.
And if you need, and this is finance, this is big stuff. You screw it up, you could get audited.
Yes, and the penalties are just outstanding.
I actually just learned this morning from another tax professional that last year there's a brand new set of deductions stepped in for small business owners, and that's what we are.
Yes.
So, I mean, just go to a tax professional.
I mean, most people, if I told them they need to apply for their QBI deduction, would look at me like they have no idea what I'm talking about.
What did you call me?
Right.
Cutie eye? Is that what you said?
Pewdie pie?
So,
Yep, give them a call.
I can promise you people at Dunham will know what I'm talking about.
Right. 734-6914.
Yeah, I actually got to share that in the GR Rideshare group about Dunham. Somebody was asking for a tax professional.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell the story of the first time I started using a professional, probably 12 years ago now. I was set to have to pay
sure
$800.
You can count back that far?
I was gonna pay $800 back, and after the tax professional redone my taxes, I got $2,000 back instead.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a huge.
It was $2,800 difference right
That's
there.
a lot of money.
Yes.
I know.
I mean, can you imagine paying that much?
Right.
Ooh. I'm not gonna lie. I had to pay last year
Yeah.
$1,600.
Well, that's why like I started doing mine. Okay. Disclaimer, I'm studying to be an accountant. I'm not one yet, but I was going to do mine on TurboTax.
So she plays one on Facebook.
So I have to say,
But-
I have to say real quick.
Let her tell her
But
story.
no, like as I started my return on TurboTax, and I wasn't like 100% done, but I was close, and they had me owing like $400, and I'm like, that cannot be right. Like I did not make that much money, so I was like, you know what, screw it, and I printed every form straight from the IRS, and I'm doing it by hand.
Are you
I
really?
can promise you, I will not owe anything when I'm done.
You're gonna fill it out in pencil?
Yes.
Yeah, I bet you are.
So Dustin did say that he had to pay $7,000 last year.
Did he really?
But
But I mean,
But
with
he
his
also-
income,
he also did say that he might come for the picnic.
Wow.
All right.
He said, I might be able to make it.
All right.
And bring your kids, Dustin. There's gonna be lots of food and lots of activities. So
Yeah.
make a trip out
And
of it.
Grand Rapids is a nice city. It's
Oh,
yeah, it's
man,
clean.
very
yes.
family
Yep.
friendly.
There's tons of stuff to do. So
Yep. We have a Brusader and everything.
all right, let's jump in the next
I
thing,
was
Jesper.
waiting for
Yeah,
it.
so I want to talk about this new cool app that we might use. No, we're not going to use it tomorrow. Who am I talking about? There's only going to be like a half an inch.
This
I don't know if we're going to use it this year at this point.
this winter has. I mean,
I
yeah.
know it's been a crazy winter.
I mean, the snow does increase business, but I mean, for driving in, it's been so nice not having to drive in.
I know. So
Says-
basically,
says the guy who hasn't driven.
My push the button.
My car's in the shop. I mean, you don't go in the shop if you haven't driven.
Oh.
So, anyways, this is yet another app for it's for the gig economy. You do have to be licensed, and you do have to have a plow if you want to do that. But you
I
can
can't-
also do it with a shovel.
I can't bungee my shovel to my front of my Honda Pilot and just.
I don't think that. No, I think you still have to be licensed.
I mean,
Okay.
for
So-
the shoveling pay of it, you probably could.
Right, it's true.
So, anyways, the app is called Quick Plow, as you can see on your screens, and it is a local app development company that is spearheading that, owning that, and basically, it allows people who are licensed to plow to be teamed up with people who need the driveway plowed, and you can get that done. On,
It's
on
the
one time.
Uber of snow plowing.
Right. Instead of having a
Contract.
contract, then you could do it once. Once you say, thank you.
I was
Did you
jumping.
look at?
I was jumping and you would see me.
No, that's
you
okay.
were
My
struggle bus.
words is like not
Yes.
coming out right now.
Did you happen to see any of the prices?
I have not looked
Yeah.
at the prices
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I think it's up to each contractor. I think they
Sure.
just use.
Yeah.
They're a technology company.
Right. I'm guessing the people who want plow service can say, "Hey, this is what I'm interested in paying," and either they'll get a response or they
Yeah.
won't. And if
Yeah.
they don't, eventually it should click in their mind to offer more.
Yeah, I'd like to try it out. I mean, I did actually buy a service this year, which I'm losing money on big time
Yes.
because I think they've been out twice all winter.
Yeah.
So, but I would like to try that.
I'm kind of happy because my driveway is very long.
It's not great. I don't like your driveway.
Yeah,
It's long. Is it one stall or two stall?
it's one stall.
Like one lane, but
Yeah.
it's still
and it has
super
like
long.
those big tall like stone like retaining
Oh,
walls
so
around
like you
the
gotta
side.
like. Oh, you should
Yeah.
get a plow service.
Yeah.
Just have them pull that sucker right out, back that blade up, and so.
So yeah.
All right, next up, Pete's going to talk about this lawsuit, which is.
Oh, I forgot. I was gonna make a segue. I was gonna say,
Oh, sorry.
but no, you're good. So as we said, it's part of gig economy, and if you decide to become a Patreon member, you can listen to our gig economy podcast.
Yeah,
all about this.
Yes, good call. We will probably talk about that kind of stuff because not that any of us have a plow.
No,
But-
but I mean, maybe one of us will stop being lazy and go out and shovel if we're desperate enough for money.
Hey,
Nope.
No.
we can do that to lose,
I might-
to lose weight, maybe.
I might do Uber Eats over that, to be honest with you. And that's saying something.
Yeah, I had a shovel from my house out to the front to the driveway, and I swear I about died.
I mean, we're not. You look at this table. We're all.
Not
We're on
fit
all.
people.
We're not marathoners here. So
Yeah, I was ready to die when I had to shovel. Was it a month ago when we got that huge snow?
Yeah, this isn't your first winter, is it? At the house?
No, it's not.
Okay.
We moved in like it's been almost a year we've been there, so
No,
I had to think.
All right, let's get into this article. Go. You don't have to read the whole thing. We can just summarize.
Yeah. Also, true story. I did not realize this was under my name until 5 minutes ago. So
you didn't prepare?
Well, I went through the thing, and I swear it wasn't there. But
Sure it was, but all right.
So this lady was taking an Uber like 4 miles, and she was 2 miles from her house, and the driver ran a red light, got into a car accident, and so she sued Uber, its subsidiaries and all that, and she lost. They from the judge. What?
He's looking at me like, what are you doing?
You got to understand something, Pete. Let me give you the ground rules. I should have. All these dumbasses look at each other when it's not their turn. They're like children. So just plow through. Plow through.
Note to self: just look at the screen when you're talking.
Yes.
Don't look around.
Don't look at.
Like if he's doing an ad and you look at him, it's game over.
So yeah, the judge said that in 2013, when she signed up as an Uber rider, she waived her rights to sue, and she agreed that she will only use arbitration to solve.
Yes, and actually, I brought a consumer's report down to show Jesper something about Wi-Fi mesh thing, but in there's an article about our arbitration, how many companies that you actually sign away your rights when you're not even knowing it.
You don't know about it. Yep,
it's most of them that you sign away that you can't sue them. But I feel like if you got the right judge and the right jury, that maybe
and the circumstances were right.
Yeah,
but it'd be tough.
Well, it's kind of like the non-compete in Michigan. It's really not held up in court. Like if you get fired from somewhere, and then they're like, yeah, you have non-compete for 1 year, or if you leave. Like I signed one for my job, for my lawn mowing job, Jesper.
Yeah.
When I was in the pizza business, we had to sign an arbitration agreement.
Right. Just basically saying that you're not going to steal customers. At least that's what I signed.
Yeah. I signed one before the internship.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. So I can't take our clients to another internship.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense.
Which I mean, not that I'm ever going to meet any of them face to face, but
no.
And again, like any information I learn about a client, obviously I can't share with anyone, but
right.
Yeah. There's
is there a time limit on that?
And an NDA.
No. I don't think so. Now, when it comes to like client information, I can go work other places, but no. Like, I have a legal fiduciary responsibility to not share their.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we're talking if you went to.
Yes.
Can you back up 2 words? Tell me what fiduciary.
That was not the F word, everyone.
No, it wasn't. Fiduciary is a real word.
It is a real word.
It's like a legal financial responsibility.
Basically, something to do with finances.
Yes.
But you can still like go start your own business though, right? And take those clients. I mean, not like right away, but like if you made some connections, say, hey,
yeah, I think eventually.
I think it's at least 24 months.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking about the time limit.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sure if I were to, that they could seek me out and at a certain point, but.
Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, this is, sorry. I'm behind the 8 ball.
No, you're good. I think it's me that's up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is your pictures.
There
was no.
Okay, so we have not seen these photos, just so you guys know.
No, this is a stock photo from Unsplash. It's Pete's like, I should have just ran with it. This is what happened.
Okay, so teen crashed Uber Lyft driver's car after driving off in it. So effectively
Are you okay? Is it loading?
Yes. No, I'm good. I was just having a really hard time with
Don't look
words.
around.
So a teenager asked a guy to go in the store and buy him cigarettes. And for whatever reason, the dude was like, yeah, sure, I'll buy you cigarettes. Whatever.
I have a story about that.
Your prerogative. But then he got into the dude's car, which apparently was turned on with the keys in it, and left. And the guy who owned the car was an Uber driver, and just, of course...
That sounds like something that happened here.
It sure does. Except pizza.
Is that
what?
Is that where she was
at?
at?
The pizza place. She was at Frankie V's.
What happened? You don't say the name.
When the person went inside to get a food delivery and left their car running and didn't lock it, and then their car got stolen for the night.
But it was all good, though,
They got it back that night, yes.
Okay. So the cigarette thing, it's funny you bring... I mean, I didn't read this article because it wasn't mine. But I didn't know how to do with smoking. But I had a guy ask me, he was over 18 clearly, but he had forgotten his wallet.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, man, I really need cigarettes. So will you go in for me? I'm like, I'm not buying you cigarettes because what happens by chance if he is under 18? Well, I shouldn't be taking him in an Uber.
And now it's 21.
Is it 21?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have to be 21 to buy tobacco now.
I know.
Yeah. It's been live for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Shit, I don't know if he was 21.
There were signs in the shell.
There was?
In our shell.
I don't look at that. Like, I don't smoke.
That's because you're too busy trying to get in the door because Dummy's got it locked.
Yes, he's got to go poo. Touching the donuts after he goes poo. Only we know this story. Like, no one listening to this knows the story. But anyways, I didn't buy him for him because I'm like, what if there happened to be there's a sting or something. But he actually was able to buy him without ID.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
I mean, some people, they just like, oh, you look old enough. Even though they're not supposed to, but...
He was a giant man, but he did not. He had a baby face.
Yeah.
Baby face.
But yeah, I mean, it was the driver that went inside to buy the cigarettes. Like, they were making a stop.
Yeah.
And
but take your keys out,
threw
bro.
him $5. But yeah, take your keys.
There's a couple of rules, right? Don't ever hand your phone back to the rider. Don't ever leave your car without, with the engine running.
Don't hand your phone to somebody in the street when you're downtown Grand Rapids.
Oh my God.
Without
anywhere.
Yeah, they did find the car. The kid abandoned it.
Yeah.
But the kid did steal $150 cash out of the car. I don't know why anybody would leave that much money in the car.
Yeah. But there's been 2 carjackings in Grand Rapids in the last month where the kids have been in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one was just last week. The kids were fine.
What kind of like, oh shit moment do you have when you just go to like steal someone's car and then you realize there's kids back there? Because I mean, that's a whole nother crime. Like,
yeah,
that is terrible.
When I saw that second article, I thought it was just the first article. It popped back up. So I clicked on it and I'm like, what? Again? Somebody did this again?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I bet they don't get any extra charge because how do you charge them with kidnapping when they didn't know? As long as they pulled over.
Well, how do you, first of all, just don't steal the car, right?
Well, duh.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, in general, why?
I don't think technically you have to know if the prosecutor's feeling awful annoyed with you.
True.
You stole the
car.
But
yeah, I'm sure most of the time they're just going to say, hey, I could charge you with kidnapping or we could plead to carjacking.
Yeah. They always plead.
Yes, that's the deal.
So we're going to jump into the next article, and it's Lyft Business Parts Delivery. This is not from Grand Rapids. Obviously, if it was, I probably would do it and have a stupid 1099 for it. Oh no, that would still fall under. I have so many.
How many? I was just gonna have. How many do you have this year?
All right, let's see. I got.
It's like 8.
So I got Uber, Lyft, Amazon, Roadie, Shipped, Grubhub.
Instacart?
I don't think I made enough on Instacart. I would have DoorDash, but I didn't make enough. So like 8, probably.
So even though you don't have enough, are you still supposed to follow?
So I'm not. We're call Dunham, but my accountant said technically, even if you don't make 600, you still should claim it.
Right.
He just wants to add another fee form to the fee.
He's not wrong. It's just that they're not likely to come after you because it's not worth it for them. But technically, it's your cumulative income has to be under 600 to not file forms.
Well, really?
Yes.
That doesn't make sense.
Technically. But again, it's one of those things, it's not enforced.
Yeah.
And it will cost the IRS more to audit you than the $600 you didn't
It'll
claim.
cost the IRS more for the agent to go get a cup of coffee.
Right. Well, yeah.
Technically.
All right. Our last sponsor of the night is Michigan Insurance and Financial Services. Jackie, I asked her on the podcast when I did with her if they had, like, if you could say Mayafis, or she's like, no, we just say Michigan Insurance and Financial Services. But everyone loves acronyms. You can call her at 269-569-6127 or email her Jackie at MIAFS.com. She hooked me up with Progressive. They had the best deal, and I'm glad because P had such a good experience with Progressive. And please reach out to her. She can shop all different insurances for you. It doesn't have to be Progressive, but that just happened to be the best deal for me. She can do all of them. Well, probably not all of them, but she has a bunch of them. Yeah. So, yeah, check her out. A plethora. See, that's a big word. Good job.
I can use big words, too.
I don't know if I could say
fiduciary.
Fiduciary?
Fiduciary.
The Danish is in the house. Good job. All right, call Jackie, 269-569-6127, or email her, Jackie at miafs.com.
Good job. You did it. No.
I know. I want to say, like, miafs. We have to figure out how to say that. Like, just make one up.
Miafs.
Miafs. M-I-A-M-I-A-F-S. I don't know.
Anyways, keep going.
Yep. Oh, Jesper, you're up. This is a special one I added.
No, I'm not up.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
What?
It's above the picture.
I can't believe Sam didn't add this one.
I'm so confused about this.
Oh, it's...
about the whole top and bottom and all that stuff.
Oh, you're confused on when you're on top or bottom?
I know, yeah.
Heyo.
Anyways, on your screen is the coronavirus.
The coronavirus is 2 minutes away for Lyft. And it's a long ride, 45 minutes.
That cracks me up. So, somebody was so on top of that.
It's great. Yeah. First of all, I wouldn't take it. Second of all, I don't get that Lyft that you can do that. Can you do that on Uber too? Yeah, you can make whatever
name you want in there.
Yeah, but it's so funny. I mean, I got to give it to him. I guarantee it probably wasn't a 45-minute plus. He's probably just did that and to get somebody to take him. I would do it maybe just for the conversation. Like Huge Erection. The last podcast. I think that one's better, but anyways.
That is kind of funny. I have Jesus a couple of times.
Well, it's not.
But that's not Jesus. But
yeah. Well, yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Anyways, don't pick this guy up or gal or whatever. And if you're a rider and you're actually listening to this, which I don't know why.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Put your freaking name in there. Don't creep your driver out. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of drivers where the riders just put like G. The first letter.
I've picked up G.
Oh.
Yes.
How is G?
It was fine.
G money?
But there's a few of them now that I just like, especially if it's like princess. I'm like, no. I just decline it. I just keep going. Like I'm not dealing with you.
What's the funny?
There's a princess on over on the southeast side.
You would know. I swear you picked up everybody. It's funny though.
Married one.
Do you want me to cut that out and send that to her? Oh, I forgot to have somebody do notes. Oh well, my bad.
Notes. I was gonna ask, but I didn't want to volunteer to do it.
Yeah, I get it. Now I lost my train of thought.
I'm
it's
up.
Fine. Yeah, you're up. But I mean, I was going to say something else about that, but it's too late.
So this is a message between a rider and a driver. The driver is in blue. So there's nowhere to park. Passenger says, "Oh well, I have to complain. I put in the note. I didn't know."
I think there was a language barrier with this guy, but.
And the driver said, "Why would you make a complaint when it's neither Uber's nor my fault that there's nowhere to park?" Passenger says, "If you can't bring the food, forget it. I will complain."
I mean, I think there was some... I just spit all over my screen. I think there was some miscommunication there.
You want a big amount of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I need to protect you from the coronavirus.
Oh, now you can push the button.
Yeah, because that one was funny.
Yeah, there
so,
you go.
Leo apparently downloaded Periscope to watch us on there.
Just to get one view. We do get a few views on there. I don't think you can comment on it, though. That's the weird thing.
But he was just surprised he was the only one on there.
Oof.
I'm not.
I'm not either. That's funny. Oh, so yeah, apparently this guy, I don't know. I wish that we didn't have to go into the apartment, or I don't know. It's just weird. I wish the customer would come out to us.
Yeah.
I will never do Uber Eats.
Never? Will you do any? Well, you did. Oh, I was looking at my DoorDash referrals and it said how many you did, and it was 2 rides or 2 deliveries. And you probably ate both the foods, didn't you?
No.
Oh, you did complete them?
Yeah. But then I threw away my DoorDash red card.
You did?
Oh, yeah, it's gone.
Oh, man. So we're going to jump into tip time. This has been a little shorter podcast tonight. We're only at 1:17, so that's okay. we're going to talk, and we talked earlier about rideshare insurance. It's super important to have. There was
very important.
Yeah. I mean, basically, it saved Pete's ass. He got in an accident. Well, long story short, he got in an accident. Lyft wouldn't cover him because it's on a deductible, and Progressive stepped up because of that rider and paid for his repair.
Right.
So without that, it was kind of drivable, right? Like it was drivable.
Yeah, it was still drivable.
But you were deactivated.
But I was deactivated on Lyft.
Yeah. So he had to get it fixed. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to drive for Lyft.
Well, you can still make good money.
Or get really creative and take pictures of somebody else's car that looks just like yours.
Why
I think you have to include the license plate, though.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, did you just have to submit a picture? Or did you have to submit the receipt?
You have to submit pictures of like all four corners of the car.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, that's what they wanted from me when Mom crashed the Fiesta.
Yeah, you've like lost 3 cars in like the last
Yeah.
Fiesta, the Cruise, and the
Fusion.
Ford Fusion. Yeah.
The Fiesta was a year ago, but yes.
So the 3 in the last year?
It was August of that year. And
Of
then
18?
exactly like a year and 2 weeks later was the
man.
Cruise.
And then when the Fusion go? Like
2 more weeks.
that was a rough month for you. They were all your fault, right?
No.
Did you hear her voice?
No. And now you want to trade in the new car, right?
I just don't like it. Yeah, I just don't like it at all.
Again, weren't we going to do a video of all us big guys trying to get in the back of her car? We got to do that before
we can still do it before we
do
turn
not
it
trade it in until we get that.
Oh, yeah,
Funny.
okay.
So
Pete,
basically,
we're going to have to add you to that.
yeah.
Shove you all in the backseat
Yep.
of my car.
I can steal now.
That way when passengers ask me, can we fit one more? I'll just give them a picture of you guys
Yeah.
trying to sit back there.
Oh gosh, that's going to be hilarious. So yeah, please get the rider. Almost all insurance companies cover it or do the rider, and it's not that expensive. Well, apparently in Florida, Dustin said it was super expensive, but
So, are you done talking?
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say on Facebook, Larry is actually asking again, when is the picnic?
Larry who?
Larry who?
What?
Lifting with Larry.
Lifting with Larry. So when is the picnic?
August 15th. I did
August
just confirm
15th.
to him.
Okay, good.
And Megan would like to come. And I said, sure thing.
Yeah, we're looking for sponsors.
Yeah, there you go.
Somebody has to pay for the food,
I mean,
Megan.
geez, you think it comes out of our own pocket?
Someone's going to sponsor Jesper's Meats.
Irvine's Auto sponsors Jesper's Smoked Meats.
And Mom said, you guys are not allowed to break our car.
I didn't. Oh, the car. We won't break it. I think it'll break us.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to jump into social media shenanigans, but first we just want to talk to Patreon. We had a new one tonight, Gabe.
Yay, Gabe.
Thank you, Gabe.
Thank you so much.
From Grand Rapids. So basically, it's a $5 tier just because you love us and you get nothing. A $10 tier, you get the Gig Economy podcast, a free hat after 2 months of like being a member. And then what else? Oh, yeah, the before clips of us being inappropriate. Usually mostly Jesper.
So wait, so that's before we become inappropriate, or is that before the?
So
no, he doesn't deserve that.
Oh.
So
We
I have another one that goes, wah, wah, but
Yeah.
I currently have that one for our outro, so I can't use that one.
We should have consulted with Larry before we made the picnic date.
What?
He might not be able to come.
Why?
If Larry doesn't come, I'm not coming.
I'm not coming either.
So.
Well, it was non-refundable, Larry, so.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. I'll be back from Dallas by then.
No, we went over that.
We
about
did.
Which weekend we couldn't do.
Right, and Larry's going to be with me in Dallas, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just kidnap him while you're there and bring
Well,
him
it
back.
scared me. I'm like, is that the week? Like, no. So, anyways, you can go to patreon.com/grrideshare. The link is also in there if you want to become a Patreon and get some extra
Help us out.
and get some extra perks. Okay. Face.
I should have sent you the picture of my friend in her hat.
Oh yeah,
We
Well,
could have
you-
put that on there. We
you-
can next time.
Yeah, you did send it, but I didn't save it.
Yeah.
So my bad. So first up is what'd you say?
I said, yeah, you're bad.
Whatever.
I'm confused, Sam. Is this yours or is this mine? I don't know.
So yeah, this cracked me up. It's a picture of what should be a dark gray car, and the caption is "No money for a paint job. It's okay. Use duct tape." And then this duct tape is on there perfect.
It looks really
lined
nice.
up
It's
exact.
tough. It's tough. It'll probably be tough to see, but if you zoom in, you can see the actual lines. It matches
Right.
the gray top perfectly, too.
No, I mean it almost looks like somebody just like drew little lines across the car. It's well done. But yeah, I mean if that's the color of your car,
I think that's an old Buick.
Bonus points.
that car looks older than me.
Bonus points for anybody listening who can say what kind of engine's in that car.
A V6?
Well, the engine type.
Hey, you said what kind of engine? I said V6.
I think it's a Cutlass like Sierra, right? I mean, it's the same.
It's a Buick, right?
It's either a Buick or a
Cutlass.
Yeah.
You guys have lost me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Should be a 3800.
Oh, the nice ones.
I knew that.
I said V6, so you guys can screw off.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So this next one is mine, and it's pretty.
That's mine.
It's pretty hilarious. That looks straight up like a body.
Yeah.
It's basically, for the people that are listening, I apologize. I never describe it very well. But it looks, it's like a trash bag and it's wrapped up like a head and it just looks like a body. Can you imagine loading luggage into that and seeing that? That'd be a good bit for a video. Yeah. Wouldn't that be good?
It'd be great at Halloween too.
Yes. I wonder if the airport would let us record on there, and they probably wouldn't. But because when else would you open the trunk?
Right.
When you get your grocery pickup?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, when you pick someone up to go to the airport.
That's true. But you would have to be ready with the camera outside. Right. You have to have prepared. But yeah, that would scare the shit out of me. I think I would be done with whatever I'm doing. I would run and scream. Jesper. I don't know what this is. It's a long. You always pick the guy that struggles a little bit with the English language. Always picks the longest place to read.
I didn't post this.
No, it doesn't matter who posted it.
Oh,
I just assigned them.
Oh, we don't assign the Facebook shenanigans.
When he didn't have one already, he gets whatever I put up there.
Oh, see, I was going to give him credit that he actually posted it.
Don't give me credit.
When I go to make the lineup, it's not there. You're just getting something.
So this is from the break room for Uber and Lyft drivers, one of the national groups. He goes, I learned to maybe not assume so much last night on a pickup. I picked up some older passengers in the mid to late 60s from a local jazz concert. They started asking if I had heard of the band. I said, nope. They asked why not, and I said, it's not my kind of music. They asked what I like. I had the 70s station on because I switched stations based on who I pick up. I said heavier music. They asked like what? So I said Motionless in White, Tool, Perfect Circle, Deftones, and so forth. I mentioned I also love Pink Floyd and various genres of music, but not jazz. So they asked me to play some Tool. I played Tool, A Perfect Circle, and Deftones, and they loved it. I got 5 stars, a $5 cash tip, and it was a search trip on top of it. I just assumed older people wouldn't be open to music like that. My bad. Lesson learned.
See,
so that was pretty
good
cool.
Practice.
Yeah,
good job.
Cool.
Good read.
So, and then what made me think about obviously is Ben's Alexa in the car. People can just pick whatever they want, which is kind of cool. And, as I said, I have the tablet and people love it. So,
well, I had a friend who went to Detroit for a weekend and he, opened up the car door and there was rap playing. And when they got in and the driver saw them, he flipped it to country.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Because they were white? Well, I mean,
probably not wrong, but still.
Really?
It's Michigan.
No, I think it's because they're from Detroit and they're thinking, these honkies are listening to country.
In West Michigan, a white girl gets in the back of my car, I know I can play country music.
Really?
Yes.
I don't ever turn country on. Nope. You're getting pop
I don't
rocks.
generally choose to, but sometimes I will. I mean, if I'm flipping through my presets.
Yeah.
The only time I play country is when there's a country show at Van Andel.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of got to play. You guys try to play to your passenger?
Yes. And sometimes Saturday nights will be my old country nights. So I'll play like 90s country all night. And I get pretty good responses.
Here's a question. Do you guys change your station before you see them or by the name?
Oh, I don't change my music when people get in the car.
Oh, you
Well,
don't?
what's on is on at that point.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Are you just trying to
No.
get them from A to B?
Right.
How dare you?
Some people will reach over and change it on their behalf. And I'm like, bro.
You let them do that?
No, I have told people not to
Do you
touch
slap
the
their
knobs.
patties?
I was just
No.
saying, do you ever smack their hands?
No.
It was not a smack, y'all. I gently removed her
I have
hand from...
never touched a passenger.
Okay, well, I have. Not
I've
that
had
way.
passengers touch me, and then I asked them not to.
Yes. Well, no, I mean, they're drunk ladies love to touch my shoulder and get my attention when they're behind me
Really?
all the time.
Well, drunk older ladies are like the worst.
They are.
They're the worst. Like people always ask me what age group is, the worst riders to pick up, and it's always like the moms that never get out that
So,
go to that
like-
that are
one
drunk
concert.
off of 2 glasses of wine.
Like 45 to 60?
Like your
I'd
age.
say probably 35 to 50, somewhere around
Oh.
there.
That doesn't seem old to me. Because I'm 43.
That's why I just said. That's why I just made the joke I made.
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say like your age.
Oh, jerk.
Hey,
46 in 2 weeks.
Oh, not me, thank God. All right, Pete, this is yours. Did you choose this or did Sam assign you?
this was assigned. I did
Because
not
he
submit.
didn't give us a shenanigan until today.
I didn't think he needed to know.
Sarah's in North
Oh,
Dakota.
it's okay. We had plenty. I gave Ben's. Actually, this is Ben's shenanigan.
Okay.
So this is the back of a seat in a car, and there's a sign, and there's 2 like face masks, hospital face masks. Sign says, "Please put these on, and if you effing sneeze, the ride is over. Tips are appreciated."
You thought he was going to say it.
I was wondering.
Yes.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
Like, butt clenched, waiting.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to edit this out. Yeah, this
But as
whole...
long as it's only a butt, right? Keep going.
You didn't even let it go, crickets. No, it's so true, though. Like, this whole coronavirus thing is like... Am I saying it right? Corona?
Yes.
What are you laughing at?
Mom trying to type in the chat.
Oh, is it Struggle Bus? She had some wine?
No.
Some White Claws?
There are no White Claws in my house.
Oh, just whiskey.
I thought the
I
claw
have
was the
people
law.
all the time going into my car with a White Claw.
Oh my
It's
god!
just a White
So
Claw.
people are like, "Oh, there's some alcohol in it." Yes, there
Okay.
is.
Funny story about that kind of stuff. Megan, my wife,
Uh-huh.
growing up, her mom used to drink Zima and drive them around town because she didn't think there was any alcohol in them. You know, like the white Zimas? Like, yeah.
Well, to be fair, most people our age, our parents did a lot of things
well, yeah.
that they don't know.
I didn't
Like-
even wear a seatbelt until I was
Right.
like 10.
Right.
You
We
know
used to
what I mean?
ride around the back of the station wagon,
Yes.
just flopping around.
Yeah, no one cared. So,
What was it, 2
Drink
weeks
water
ago
out
or
of the
3
hose.
weeks ago? Somebody left a half a bottle of
Bacardi.
yeah, Bacardi in my car.
That's just a shame. I mean, it's crap rum, but at least, I mean, they paid for it.
I
So,
threw
No,
it away.
I've found a few White Claw cans, especially in the third row.
Oh,
People
yeah.
sneak it better back there. And
yeah.
I'll get out like, why is there a can in here?
Yeah.
I had a guy try to get in with a White Claw, and I called him out on it. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, it's a White Claw, bro." I'm like, okay, bro, get
First
out.
of all, why the hell are you having a White Claw?
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't even go down that road.
Yeah. I had a girl who tried to get in the car with a beer, and I was like, you can't bring that in here. And she looked at me, and she looked at it, and she chugged it and threw the can away.
Most of them do chug
So,
it.
yeah.
I
They are
gotta say,
not throwing it out.
I bet the White Claw is pretty delicious, though. As much as we
No.
tease it, I bet they're good.
I've had
just
them.
tastes
They're
of water.
okay.
It's got to
No,
be pretty
they're
decent. I mean,
flavored.
Budweiser came out with their own White Claw now,
Yeah.
so
They did?
yeah,
What's it called? Bud Claw?
it's like Budweiser. I don't know. I just saw a commercial
I don't
for it.
Is that B-U-T-T or is it B-U-T?
Yeah, right.
They're
You're going to be clawing some
okay.
butt if you drink too many.
Like, the cherry one is drinkable, but it's
The White
just
Claw?
not. Yeah, they're not my thing.
All right, guys. Well, whoo, that was loud. Sorry. Thank you guys so much. We're going to wrap it up. You know,
a
you
shorter
can,
one tonight.
yeah, it was a shorter one. I think we didn't have a ton of content. Not
I kept it short because we had other things going. Weren't we supposed to listen part of Jackie's
What?
thing tonight?
Oh, we're just gonna talk
Oh.
about it. Yeah, yeah. You can check out talking about insurance. Jackie and I sat down and had an interview. It's on. You can download it. It's been added. So
It's been added to the post, to the stream, yep.
yep. So yeah, check us out on social media, YouTube. We love you on YouTube. And then what?
We love you on YouTube.
We love you on YouTube.
Yes.
We prefer you to be on YouTube. And you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, all that fun stuff. And thanks again to the sponsors. We super appreciate all you guys supporting us. If you are a small business out there and you want to advertise on our show, should have done this at the beginning. You can reach out to us. We definitely can put you into a program that's not very expensive.
Team at grrideshareadventures.com.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. And
have a good couple
we'll catch
weeks.
you on the flip side. See ya.